Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. JL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Advanced. The 1980 season is on the air. Today's date is June 14th, 1980. We are at Stade Olympique for a big National League matchup between the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Montreal Expos. The Dodgers come into this game a record of 30-27. They're right in the thick of things. The Expos are 31-23. They actually were pretty good in 1980, still trailing, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies in the National League East. So the Dodgers and the Expos will go together. It's our first matchup here at Olympic Stadium. And, of course, anything is possible here. David Vega is first to join us here at Stade Olympique. The Dodgers historically won this game. They shut the Expos out. Matter of fact, they crushed them 8-0. The Dodgers had 13 hits and no errors. The Expos had 6 hits and 1 error. But we'll see what Inside Pitch has to say tonight. So, it's Friday night baseball, and we all know Friday night, anything can happen in a great baseball game here of Inside Pitch. So let's get right to it. Starting pitcher for the Montreal Expos is Ross Grimsley. Not good. 2 wins, 4 losses, a 6.31 ERA. He would be traded later off the Expos. I forget the team he would go to, but I know he will be traded. We are at Stade Olympique. This is a pitcher's park in 1980, and no chance of robbing a home run here. Adds 1 to strikeouts and adds 1 to walks. So, the Dodgers and the Expos, a good matchup here at Olympic Stadium. Let's get right to it. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Dodgers, second baseman Daryl Thomas, 266 average, a homer, 22 RBIs and 80. He played many positions that year. He's at second base tonight. We're going to use powder blue, white, and blue dice. Expos are the home team. A good matchup here at Olympic Stadium. I know a lot of people there's a good crowd here against the Dodgers. Because when the Dodgers visit the Expos, you know anything is capable, anything can happen. So let's see what happens on Friday Night Baseball. Grimsley, 3-6. Range play 14, yes. Thomas, 4-6. And against the lefty, it's a ground ball to third. And that is hit to Brad Mills. His range is a 3. That's a 6. It'll get past him. And it's a ground ball to third. And that's going to be, that's just going to miss Grimsley's chance of a double. That's a 16. That is going to be a single. And Thomas will get to first. Leadoff base hit for Thomas. And now we'll see the shortstop, Bill Russell. 264 average, 3 homers, 34 RBIs, and 80. Doug Hutt joins us here at Stade Olympique. Infield set for double play. Thomas had 7 steals. He won't get that. Bill Russell, though, gets the hit and run. It's early. He'll swing away. Grimsley, 6-3, walk, 9, and that is going to miss. Russell, a 1-2, popped out to second base, and Rod Scott is going to get to that. And that is the first out. Next batter is the center fielder, Reggie Smith. Some people think he belongs in the Hall of Fame. I definitely put him in the Hall of the Very Good. 322 average, 15 homers, 55 RBIs. Reggie Smith was a heck of a player. Strategy roll, nothing on the 14. Grimsley, 1-2, strikeout, no. Smith, 5-1. That's popped up as well. That's a pop out to short. And Tony Bernazard is going to make that catch for the second out. Here's the first baseman, Steve Garvey. 304 average, 26 homers, 106 RBIs. Garvey had a very good year. Ben Witz joins us here at Olympic Stadium. Strategy roll for Thomas. He'll stay put. Grimsley, 8-6. Pickoff, 19. No, we go to the park. Olympic Stadium, 4-5. And that is going to be a fly ball to left. And Ron LaFleur is going to get to it. And he'll put it away. and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers, and we'll go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Los Angeles Dodgers tonight is Burt Hooton. He had a good year, 14 wins, 8 losses, a save, a 3.66 ERA in 80. Leading off for the Expos, left fielder Ron LaFleur, 257 average, 4 homers, 39 RBIs in the season. Hooton, 1-8 strikeout. He'll get him. That will be a strikeout for Hooton. He had 118 of them in 80. Here's the second baseman, Rod Scott, 224 average, no homers, 46 RBIs that year. Hooton, 2-1, that's a blank. Scott, 1-7-7, and that's hit into center field, and that's going to be a straight-up triple. Triple to center field. That'll get picked up by Smith. He'll throw it in, but Scott got good speed, and he's on third with a stand-up triple. And now we'll bring up the third baseman, Brad Mills. I don't know much about him. 300 average, though, no homers, 8 RBIs, only played in 21 games for the Expos that year. They're going to play the infield in with 1 out. I know it's early, but they're going to try to do it. Strategy roll, nothing on the 8th. Hooton, a 6-4, and that is a possible home run, but Mills has 0, so no home run there. Mills, 2-1, and he's going to hit a deep fly ball to right field, though. That'll be a fly out to right. Mills has a sacrifice fly of 19. That's an 11. That's going to be good enough. The Expos are going to take the lead. Sacrifice fly for Brad Mills, and although the Expos got shut out in this game historically, they're taking a 1-0 lead on a sacrifice fly. As Villain 777 joins us here at Olympic Stadium. I'm not sure. I think it's the first time you've visited here. Audio drop-offs? Don't know, but it's not me. I'm getting pretty good reception here. 2 outs, and that will bring up the catcher, Hall of Famer, the kid, Gary Carter. Does anybody here have a problem if I say Gary Carter is one of the greatest catchers of all time? 264 average, 29 homers, 101 RBIs. Does anyone have an issue if I say Gary Carter was a GOAT? Hooton will go ahead and deal. Hooton, 8-6, and against a righty, it's a blank. Carter, 4-2. That's a fly to left field. It'll be an easy play for Dusty Baker, and he'll make the catch, retire the side. 1 run, 1 hit, a sacrifice fly, and the Expos have a 1-0 lead after 1. Villain 777. Welcome to the network. I don't think you've been here on the channel, or if you have, you're using that email is messing up there, but good to have you here, sir. We go to the top of the second. Leading off for the Dodgers will be the left fielder, Dusty Baker. Hall of Famer. He will be one as a manager, but I pull him in the Hall of very good as a player. 294 average, 29 bombs, 97 RBIs in 80. Grimsley, 1-3, hit by pitch, +2. Baker is a 6, +2 will make him an 8, and that is an 8, and he's hit. Plunk out. Baker will trot to first on a hit batter. First hit batter of the game. And now here's the third baseman, the Penguin, Ron Cey. Another solid player, of course. 254 average, 28 homers, 77 RBIs that year. Infield a double play. Baker had 12 steals, and he's not getting one here. Grimsley will deal. Grimsley, 3-8. Range play 14. No. Say 1-6. And that's going to be a base hit past third. No range play. And Baker will have to hold at second base. Baker does not have the speed to get to third. But the Dodgers will have runners at first and second and no one out. That was sticking out that loose string off the jersey to get that hit. Runners at first and second. And that will bring up the right fielder, the original beast mode, Pedro Guerrero. And I think you guys will have no problem if I say Guerrero was absolutely a beast. 322 average, 7 homers, 31 RBIs in 80. Runners at first and second. Strategy roll, nothing on the 15. Grimsley will deal. Grimsley, 6-8. It's a blank. Guerrero, 3-3. That's a base hit past third. That'll be a single. Is that going to score Baker? And it will not. Baker will hold at third. He is not very fast, even with no one out. And the bases are loaded for the Dodgers. So Beast Mode gets himself a hit. And now that'll bring up the catcher, Steve Yeager. 211 average, 2 homers, 20 RBIs. Jeremy Brooks joins us here at Stade Olympique. Longtime subscriber, changed your name. Just sounds like they're talking away from the mic sometimes. Nothing major. Well, that's because I am sometimes turning my head to the scorecard. So sometimes, yeah, it might sound a little bit, but that's how I do. I just use a basic condenser mic there, villain. So bases are loaded, no one out. They're going to play. Yeager does hit into some double plays. It's early. They want to try to they may give up the run. So they're going to play the infield at double play depth. Play infield double play depth. Strategy roll. And that is a 1. Nothing happening. Baker will stay put. XSG2 joins us here at Stade Olympique. Grimsley, 7-8. Error on a booted ball. Yeager, 3-1. That is a ground ball to short. That ball is hit. Ball is hit to Tony Bernazard. His error rating is a 17. That's a 13, and everyone's going to be safe, and Baker will score. It'll be an error. Everyone will advance 1 bases. Bernazard is not going to make the play, and we're tied at 1. Was possible a double play, but that error will hurt. That is an E6. First error on the Expos. They did have an error in the game historically. And now that will bring up the pitcher, Burt Hooton. Hooton uses pitcher hit card 1, not a hitter at all. Has a very good chance of just striking out usually. And with bases loaded, he's going to swing away. Infield's going to play in. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 19. Grimsley will go ahead and deal. Grimsley, 3-7. Error on a booted ball. Hooton, a 1-3. And that is going to be a 1-3. Now, here's the thing. We said the infield is in, okay? But this is an L4 with a little with an upside down with a bit of a triangle. The infield is in, but because the infield is in, that line out is going to be a single. That's a base hit. Base hit past second. Say will score. Guerrero. Base running rating is a 3. He will score. Yeager. He will hold at second base. He doesn't have the speed to get to third. And Hooton has a 2 RBI single, 3-1 Dodgers. Stadium groans. 2 RBIs for Burt Hooton. And with the infield in, he gets that through. And the fans here at Olympic Stadium cannot believe it. Burt Hooton says, DH? I don't need no stinking DH. Next batter will be Thomas. Thomas got a single his first time up. Right now, Grimsley having a very rough inning. And nobody out yet in the top of the second. Grimsley, strategy roll, and nothing on the 11. Grimsley will pitch. Grimsley, 2-8. That's a possible home run. But against lefties, Darryl Thomas has a 0. Thomas, 5-1, and that'll be a ground ball to short. Let's see if they turn a double play. 17 hit to short, +1 is an 18. Grimsley +1 is a 19, And that's going to be good enough for Thomas. That's going to be a 6-4-3 double play. Yeager will make third, and that is 2 outs. Burt Hooton goes to Daryl Thomas, says, man, you hit me into a double play. Come on, man. Come on, man. 6-4-3 double play, 2 down. And the batter now is Russell. And Russell is 0 for 1. And pretty much, I think that is the only way he can get it. Let's see. I mean, he could still get it. I mean, even though he only has this one, he only has this one infield in. So he's got 2 of them on the pitcher hard card 1. Remember, you can still, even though the pitcher may have a lousy average or something, he could still get a hit off the ballpark card. Yeager on at third. Grimsley, strategy roll, nothing happening. Grimsley will pitch. 1-5, it's a blank. Russell, a 1-1. That's a fly to right. Easy play for Jerry White. He'll make the catch and retire the side. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. A 2 RBI single by Burt Hooton. We go to the bottom of the second because the infield was in. Leading off for the Expos, first baseman Warren Cromartie, 288 average, 14 homers, 70 RBIs. I don't think you guys have a problem if I say Cromartie was a solid player. Hooton, 3-6, strikeout. He'll get him. He will go ahead and strike out Cromartie. Second strikeout for Hooton. Here's the right fielder, Jerry White, 262 average, 7 homers, 23 RBIs in 80. Hooton with the pitch. 5-5, that is a blank. White, 4-5, and that is going to be a grounder to second base, handled by Thomas. Thomas over to first for out number 2. Here's the center fielder, Roland Office, 267 average, 6 homers, 30 RBIs that year. 2 men down, strategy roll. I don't know why I'm rolling the strat. Hooton, 4-4, walk. 16 is going to miss. Office, 2-1. That's a fly to center field. Reggie Smith will go ahead and make the play. And that's a 1-2-3 inning for Burt. 3-1 after 2 in favor of the Dodgers. We go to the third. Grimsley can pitch to 24. And Hooton can pitch to 26 before time. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Reggie Smith. He is 0 for 1. Grimsley will deal. Grimsley, 4-7. That is a home run, possible home run against the lefty. Smith needs a 7. Grimsley, -1 makes that a 6. That's a 9. It's too high. Smith, 2-1. And he's just going to chop it to short. And that'll be easily played by Tony Bernazard. And that is out number 1. And Smith not happy. He knows he should have probably cracked that one out. If Grimsley was a righty, that would have been out of here. Here's Garvey. Garvey is 0 for 1. Grimsley with the deal. Grimsley, 7-5. That is a blank. Garvey, 3-3. Ground out to short. Handled by Bernazard again. Over to first it goes. 2 down. Here's Baker. Baker hit by a pitch his first time up and scored. Pitch from Grimsley. 7-4. It's a blank. Baker. 2-3. And that's a grounder to second base. That'll be handled by Rod Scott. They'll go ahead and throw to first and retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Dodgers. A good inning by Grimsley. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Leading off for the Expos, the shortstop, Tony Bernazard, 224 average, 5 homers, 18 RBIs. Hooton will go ahead and deal. Hooton, 7-5. That's an automatic out. It'll be a fly to center field. Easy play for Reggie Smith. Out number 1. That'll bring up Ross Grimsley, the pitcher. He uses pitcher hit card 5. Hooton will deal. And 3-3. It's a blank. Grimsley, 3-1. That's an easy fly out to center field. Reggie Smith will make another catch, 2 down. And now LaFleur. LaFleur is 0 for 1. Pitch from Burt. 5-6. That is a blank. LaFleur, 5-3. That's a high fly to right, but it'll stay up there with no trouble at all for Pedro Guerrero. He'll make the play. And then the inning. 1, 2, 3 go the Expos. Still 3-1 Dodgers after 3. Moving on to the 4th. The Penguin, Ron Say, leads off. He got a single his first time up. Grimsley, 2-3, error on a grounder. Say, 3-3. Nope, that's a fly out. Fly ball to left field. Easy play for Ron LaFleur. And he's going to make his first put out of the game. Here's Beast Mode Guerrero. He got a single his first time up. Grimsley with the pitch. Grimsley, 4-6. That is a blank. Guerrero, 2-6. That's a single. He'll hit that one pass short. A base hit for him, his second hit of the game. Does anyone here have a problem with Pedro Guerrero in the Hall of the Very Good? Here's Yeager. Yeager reached on an error his first time up. Infield double play. Guerrero had 2 steals, not a threat to steal, and he's not going. Grimsley, 1-7. That's at the park. Olympique Stadium, 2-3. That's a grounder to second base. That's a 4. Grounder to second, 4. +1 is 5. Grimsley +1 is 6. Yeager, that's not going to be a double play. The 6 is higher than Guerrero. That will be a fielder's choice. So Guerrero will be thrown out at second, and Yeager will make it to first. And that is the second out. Here's the pitcher, Burt Hooton, using pitcher hit card 1. And got it actually a base hit because the infield was in. Strategy roll. I don't think he's going to do anything, and no. Grimsley, 2-4. That is a blank. That is a 15. And Hooton does not have any KBIP here, so no strikeouts off of his own card there. So even though that did happen, not much of a strikeout. So it's a blank. Hooton will swing 3-3. That's an easy ground out to short. That'll be thrown to first to get Hooton. And that will retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. Go to the bottom of the 4th. Roland, we gave at the office. Rod Scott leads off for Montreal. Got a triple his first time up. Pitch from Hooton. 3-8. That's a pitcher result against a switch left. That is an 8. And against a lefty, that is going to be an out. And that's going to be a fly to center field. Easy play there for Smith. Reggie Smith will get it for out number 1. Here's Mills. Mills is 0 for 1, but got a sacrifice fly. The reason why the Expos got the run. Hooton, 7-7. That's at the park. Olympique Stadium, 2-4. Line drive right back to the pitcher. Hooton puts up the glove. Pop. And that's out number 2. I think Hooton may have had that. Wasn't really hit pretty hard, I don't think. Next batter is the kid. Carter's 0 for 1. Hooton will go ahead and deal. Hooton, 4-7. It's a blank. Carter, 6-6. And against a righty, that is a fly out to left. Easy play for Dusty Baker. They'll make the catch and retire the side. 1, 2, 3, go the Expos. Dodgers lead 3-1 after 4. We go to the 5th. Grimsley can pitch to 6 more. He's not tired yet. Daryl Thomas leads off for LA, 1 for 2 with a single. Grimsley will pitch. 8-5. Walk. 8. And no, that's too high. Thomas didn't walk against lefties. Thomas, 5-6. And that is a fly to left field. And Ron LaFleur, they'll make the play. 1 out. Here comes Russell. Russell is 0 for 2. Grimsley actually has settled down since the 2nd inning. Grimsley, 4-1. Error or foul or grounder at the park. Olympique Stadium, 5-8. And that's going to be a base hit. That'll be a single past first. There will not be an error as it's a single, and Russell will get on base. First hit of the game for Russell. Here comes Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. Infield set for double play. Russell had 13 steals. That is a 9. He won't go anywhere. Grimsley, 4-5. That is a blank. Smith, 8-8. And that's going to be a base hit to left field. There are no runners in scoring position. It'll be a single to left. Single to left. Does Russell take third? And 6-5. 6-5 holds if the arm rating in left field is 5-7. Left fielder for the Expos is LaFleur. His arm rating is a 4. Russell will make third. So Ron LaFleur has an arm rating of 4, so Russell is going to make third because of that arm. And now runners at the corners, and the batter is Garvey. Garvey is 0 for 2. Infield's going to play at corners in. So if it's hit to third or first, a chance for a play at the plate. Hit to first, second or short, a double play chance. Garvey does hit into some. Strategy roll, that is a 3. Reggie Smith is not going anywhere. Grimsley trying to get out of the jam here. Grimsley will pitch. Grimsley, 7-5. That is a blank. Garvey, 7-1. That's a base hit to left field. Russell will go ahead and score easily. Another single to left. Will Smith take third? 5-3. And holds if arm rating is 3 or 7. LaFleur, we already said, is an arm rating of 4. This time he will prevent the runner from getting, so Smith will hold at second base. But the Dodgers do get another run. RBI single by Garvey, 4-1 Dodgers. Stadium groans. Here's Dusty. Baker is 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch. Infield back to double play. The Dodgers did beat the Expos. They shut them out historically, 8-0. They got 4 runs here. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 18. Grimsley will pitch. Grimsley, 3-1. It's a blank. Baker, 4-5. And against the lefty, it's a grounder to second base. That's an 8. Hit to second, +1 is a 9. Grimsley +1 is a 10. Baker, that's just going to miss. That's going to be a fielder's choice. So Reggie Smith will make third. Garvey is out. Baker goes to first, 2 down. Just missed it. The corners were it was a double play depth, so just couldn't get in there. But now there are 2 outs, as they could not turn the double play. So a fielder's choice, and now the batter is the Penguin. Penguin is 1 for 2 with a single, as David Vega has returned back. 2 outs, top of the 5th, 4-1 Dodgers. Grimsley trying to get out of. He'll be tired after saying. Strategy roll. That is a 1. Baker gets the jump. 11 minus 1 is 10. Carter minus 1 is 9. Let's say swing. It's 2 outs. Grimsley, 7-2. It's a blank. The Penguin, 6-4. And with no runners in scoring position, that would be a base hit. But there are runners in scoring position. So that's just going to be a single to left field. And another run will score. Single to left. Will Baker take third? 4-1, and he will. Baker will take third. Say trying for second, and that is a 4. That's going to be higher than his 2, and he will hold at first base. And it's now 5-1 Dodgers. Stadium groans. RBI single by the Penguin. The batter now is Guerrero, and that is it for Grimsley. He is done. So the Expos are done with Grimsley for the night. We'll see a new pitcher, and let's see who they're going to bring on to pitch. They got righties coming up, so let's see who the Expos want to bring on to pitch. It's not a save situation. They're down by 4 runs, and we'll use Sosa. Coming on to pitch for the Expos will be Elias Sosa. 9 wins, 6 losses, 9 saves, a 3.07 ERA. Grimsley leaves with the L, and Sosa can pitch to 7. But the batter is Guerrero. Ron Say was popular. How can Penguin hit so many home runs using a umbrella for a bat? You got a good question. That's a good question. Baker on at third, Say on at first. Grimsley is out of the game. Sosa will now pitch to Guerrero. Strategy rolls are still on, and nothing on the 15. Sosa, 8-6. That's a blank. Guerrero, a 2-1. That's a line drive right to shortstop. The infield is back, and that's going to be gloved by Bernazard, and that will do it. 2 runs on 4 hits for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Cutter Historical joins us here at Stade Olympique, although I'm pretty sure that he is not happy with the scoreboard at the moment. Warren Cromartie leads off for the Expos. He's 0 for 1. Bottom of the 5th, 5-1 Dodgers. Hooton, 2-2, walk. Yep, that'll be ball 4. He'll walk him. Cromartie will trot to first. That is the first walk given up by Hooton. He had 63 of them in 1980. And now here's White. White is 0 for 1. Infield set for double play. Strategy roll, and that's a 20. White is not bunting. He is swinging. Hooton, 2-3. Strikeout. Got him. He'll get him on a K. Struck him out. That is strikeout number 3 for Burt. 1 down. The next batter is Office. Office is 0 for 1. 1 out here, bottom of the 5th. Anything on Strat? That's a 17. No. Pitch from Hooton. 1-1. Error on a grounder. Office. 3-3. That's a base hit to center field. That will be a single. And there will not be an error on a grounder off that one. So it's a base hit to center. Will Cromartie make third? Single to center, 3-7, and a hold. Cromartie holds at second base on a 3-7. He'll stay put, and probably the right call to make, as you need base runners, and the batter is Bernazard. Bernazard is 0 for 1. 1 out, bottom of the 5th, 5-1 Dodgers. Strategy roll, and nothing on the 10. Cromartie on at second, Office on at first. Pitch from Hooton. A 1-7 strikeout, and no, that will miss. Bernazard didn't. No, that is a strikeout. My bad. Against the righty to 17. Plus 1 is an 18. Upon further review, struck him out. 2 down. 4th strikeout for Hooton. I keep on forgetting the strikeouts are the top, and then we get to the walks. And that's supposed to bring up the pitcher, Sosa, but he's going to get yanked. And they're going to try to bring in a pinch hitter here. So Sosa's done. And let's see, you got Hooton a righty, so let's see who they're going to bring on to pitch. Oh, come with the bat. And let's see, 1, 2, 0, 3, 50. Coming on to pinch hit for the Expos will be Tom Hooton. He has the most pinch hits against right-handed pitching. 218 average, no homers, 5 RBIs, but he is going to get the call. So Tom Hooton will go up against Hooton here in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs. Strategy roll and nothing on the 15. Hooton will pitch. Hooton, 8-7. It's a blank. Hooton, 8-2. And it's a fly ball to right. Grabbing over there is Guerrero. They'll make the catch. Retire the side. No runs, a hit, and a walk. Hooton working on a 2-hitter in this ball game. Still 5-1 after 5. We go to the 6th. ABS, automatic balls and strikes, gets the call right. Yep. Bottom of the 6th inning. Steve Yeager leads off for the Dodgers. They got right pitcher, right. Hooton's probably going to bat, and then a switch. They're going to bring on the Expos will go to a right-hander again. And coming on to pitch for the Expos will be Stan Bonsenburner. 7 wins, 6 losses, 4 saves, a 3.05 ERA. Bonsen, not a bad pitcher. Stan Bonsen, and he can pitch to 7. So Yeager will go up against Bonsen. Top of the 6th, 5-1. Bonsen, 1-5. It's a blank. Yeager, a 7-3. Fly to left. Handled easily by LaFleur. And that will be out number 1. That'll bring up Burt Hooton using pitcher hit card 1. He'll stay in the game. This is 1980, not 2026. Bonsen, 6-8. And that is a blank. Hooton, 6-2. Ground ball to third base, easily played by Brad Mills. And over to first for 2 outs. And now Thomas. Thomas is 1 for 3 with a single. Bonsen, 8-4. Error on a grounder. Thomas, 8-8. That's a double into center field. Thomas will hit a double into center, and there is no errors. There's no error on a grounder on that kind of hit, so Thomas will hold at second base, and that's his 2nd hit of the game. And here comes Russell. Russell 1 for 3 with a single. 2 outs. Fans here at Olympic Stadium would like to see the Expos turn this around. Strategy rolls are still on, and nothing on the 19. Russell is not bunting. Bonsen, 7-3 against a righty. Strikeout 11. That will be high. Russell, 1-6. And that's a line drive right to second base. That'll be gloved by Scott. Pop, and the inning is over. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Ron LaFleur leads off for the Expos. He is 0 for 2. Burt Hooton having a good night. He's only allowed 1 run on 2 hits. Hooton will deal. Hooton, 2-7, strikeout 14, and he got him. Swing and a miss, struck him out. That's the 5th K. Strikeout for number 5 for Hooton. It'll bring up Scott. Scott 1 for 2 with a triple. The only reason why the Expos are not really being shut out. Hooton, 3-8. Pitcher result. That's an 11 against the switch left. 11 is a possible home run, but Scott didn't have any, so that's going to be a blank. Scott, 5-7, and instead that's going to be a fly to center field, a deep fly to center field. Reggie Smith going at the track. He is near the wall. Scott thinks he might have a home run, but no, it'll be caught. 2 down. Two outs. Now the batter is Mills. Mills is 0 for 2, but he does have a sacrifice fly. I got to within 100 foot. Hooton, 1-7, strikeout, swing and a miss, struck him out, and the inning is over. 6 strikeout for Hooton. Nothing across for the Expos. 5-1 Dodgers after 6. Top of the 7th. Bunsen will stay on the mound. Why not? Reggie Smith leads off. He is 1 for 3 with a single. Bunsen will deal. 4-7. Range play 13. Yes. Smith, 3-1. That is a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Bernazard. Bernazard's range is a 4. That's an 8. He'll still make the play. Range play rolls of 8 are successful for the home team. Bernazard's got it. Throws to first for the out. A ground out to short as Bernazard pretty much makes a web gem. And that is the first out. Here's Garvey. Garvey 1 for 3 with a single. Bonson will deal. Bonson 4-8. Error on a booted ball. Garvey 4-4. And that is a power hit to left field. That's a 17. And against a righty, that's going to be a double. Garvey's going to hit a double to left field. And there is a possibility of a booted ball. Left fielder for the Expos is LaFleur. His ever rating is a 17. And no, he doesn't boot it. That's a 20. Wow. Garvey holds at second base. Ron LaFleur, an error rating of 17 in the outfield, rolls a 20, does not get a boot, does not boot the ball. And that probably, if he did, that probably would have scored Garvey. But a great play by LaFleur to not make an error. And now the batter is Dusty. Bobble, but maintains poise. Exactly. Baker is 0 for 2, but got hit by a pitch. Garvey on at second, and Bonson will pitch to Baker. And strategy rolls are off. Bonson, 2-2. That's an automatic out. It's a fly to center field. That'll be caught by Office. Office makes the catch for out number 2. Will Garvey go to third? 2-7, and no, he'll stay put. Garvey would, if Garvey was a base running rating of 7, he would make it, but he stays at second. There's 2 outs. Philip Reynolds joins us here at Stade Olympique. Here's the Penguin. The Penguin is 2 for 3. Bonson is tired. They're going to let him pitch. Bonson says, I can get one more out. He gives up a run. He's done. Garvey on at second. Bonson will deal. Bonson, 1-1 against a righty. Strikeout. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He got Penguin, and that'll do it. Bonson had 48 Ks that year. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. The Expos are still kind of hanging around. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we got 10-minute ticker coming up after tonight's game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It will be June 17th. We're going back to the junior circuit, and we're going back to Memorial Stadium for a game between the California Angels and the Baltimore Orioles. Dave Frost will be pitching for the Angels, and Steve Stone will be pitching for the Orioles. This will be tomorrow night's game on the network. Good matchup in the American League. The Halos and the O's at Memorial Stadium. That'll be tomorrow night here on the network. Bottom of the seventh, Dodgers lead 5-1 over the Expos. Burt Hooton, he can pitch to 5 more batters before he tires. Leading off is the kid. Gary Carter is 0 for 2. Hooton will go ahead and deal. Hooton, 2-6. Range play 12. 5, yes. Carter, 4-4. And that's a grounder to second base. That ball is hit to Darryl Thomas. His range is a 3. That's a 4. He's just going to miss it. It'll be out of his reach, and Carter will get a hit. Carter gets his first hit of the game. And here's Cromartie. Cromartie is 0 for 1 with a walk. Infield set for double play. Strategy rolls are off. Hooton, 3-2 against the lefties. That's going to be an automatic out, and that is going to be a ground ball to short. That's going to be a grounder to short. Let's see if that will turn a double play. And that is a 19. Yeah, that will be. I don't have to do any longer than that. Cromartie a 9+. That's a 19. That's a 6-4, 3 double play, 2 outs. Cromartie grounds right out there on a 6-4, 3 double play. And now the batter is White. White is 0 for 2 as Hooton gets a twin killing. Hooton will deal. Hooton, 1-4 against the switch left. That is an automatic out. And it'll be a ground ball to third. Picked up easily there by the Penguin. And he'll throw to first and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Expos. Still down by 4 after 7. Steve Stone was Steve Stone a good announcer? I don't think I ever heard him announce. Was he a good announcer? We go to the top of the 8th. Pedro Guerrero leads off for the Dodgers. He is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Bunsen is tired. They're going to yank him, and we'll see a new pitcher for the Expos. You actually liked him. Okay. So a new pitcher coming on for the Expos. And not many righties here in this situation. Got a right, and a blank. Maybe I should let him pitch. Upon further review, I'm gonna let Bonson stay out. Nah. Coming on to pitch for the Expos is going to be David Palmer, usually a starter, but he did have 5 relief appearances. 8 wins, 6 losses, a 2.98 ERA. Palmer will come on to pitch. He does have 1 relief. He does have 1 late inning appearance. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. And David Palmer will go ahead and pitch here in the top of the 8th inning. 5-1 Dodgers anyway. You put your that's a good one. Palmer will deal. Palmer, 4-3 error on a booted ball. Guerrero, 5-8. And that is, there are no runners in scoring position. And that is a 20. And that's going to be a base hit. Palmer is a 7. A 1-7 would have kept it an out. That's going to be a base hit, and it's going to be a single pass first. So Guerrero gets it to first. Do I still check on an error on a booted ball, though? And because that was a single, the answer is no. It's a single past him. So Guerrero will make it to first base. Guerrero has his 3rd hit of the game, and the batter is Yeager. Yeager is 0 for 3, but he did reach on an error. Infield double play depth. Palmer will pitch. Palmer, 3-2. It's a blank. Yeager, 2-8. fly to left field. Easy play for Ron LaFleur, and that is the first out. That'll bring up Hooton. Hooton can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. I don't know how many complete games he had that year, but with a 4-run lead, I would think, and the way he's pitching, I think you let him do that. He may lay down the bunt. There's no strategy roll, but here in this case, I think he would bunt. His bunt rating, though, is a 4, and that's what I'm going to do. The bunt is going to be on the corners expecting the bunt. Palmer, 5-5. That's an automatic out, but that is ignored on a bunt. So let's see how the bunt goes. So Hooton will bunt it, and that is bunted right back to Palmer, the pitcher, and Hooton's bunt rating will stay a 4, and that is a 14, and that will be good enough. A nice bunt back to Palmer. Guerrero will make it to second. Throw goes to first for the second out, 2 down. And I think that's the right call. So now 2 outs with a runner on second on a sacrifice hit back to the pitcher. And now the batter is Thomas. Thomas is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Palmer will settle in and deal. Palmer, 8-3, strikeout. Got him. He gets Thomas, and that'll end the inning. Palmer gets the job done, though. No runs, a hit, and a sacrifice bunt. But that is all the Dodgers will get. We'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Hooton will continue to pitch. He can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. Roland Office leads off for the Expos. He is 1 for 2 with a single. Burt Hooton's had a very good game tonight. 3-8. Pitcher result against the lefty. That is a 9, and that is a possible home run against the righty. Office has a 14. -2 from Hooton makes him a 12. No, he'll miss it. Office 2-6, but he will get an infield single. He just got enough to chop it to second base. Thomas will charge, but he won't have a play, and Office is safe at first. So no bomb by Burt, no bomb by Office. It'll bring up Bernazard, and Bernazard is 0 for 2. And he'll, let's see. Bring it. Nah, I don't. You know what? What does he got here? You bring it. Nah, he's a switch hitter. You let him bat. Infield set for double play. Hooton will pitch. Hooton, 7-2. Error on a booted ball. Bernazard, 7-6. That is a ground ball to second. That ball is hit to Thomas. His error rating is an 8. That's a 10. He will not make an error. Will that be a double play? That's a 12. Hit to second base +1 is 13. Hooton a 0. Bernazard is a 13 plus, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. 2 outs. Because of Burt, because of where it was hit, you added 1, and Bernazard, and that is going to be a 6-4-3, 2 down. That is the second double play hit into by the Expos. And we'll see a pinch hitter for David Palmer, as they're not going to let him go any further. We'll see a pinch hitter here. And we need somebody against the righty, so let's see what we got. And let's see. 1, 2, 0, 3, 16. Coming on to bat for the Expos will be John Tamargo. 275 average, 1 homer, 13 RBIs, 16 at-bats, pinch hits against righties. Hooton is tired. He says he can pitch. Hooton, 3-1, strikeout, 18 will miss. Tamargo, 8-1, popped out to first base. And Garvey is in foul territory, but he's going to make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Expos. 5-1 Dodgers after 8. On to the 9th. Leading off for the Dodgers will be Bill Russell. Russell is 1 for 4. You got right switch right coming up. The Expos do not have that many bullpen righties. They've got lefties. And I don't know if I want to. I don't know. I think they would probably go with. I think they'll go ahead and bring in a lefty for this case. I don't think they're bringing a starting pitcher. Coming on to pitch for the Expos will be Fred Norman. 4 wins, 4 losses, 4 saves, a 4.13 ERA. Norman had 10 appearances in late innings. And I would not bring in Fryman. This is not a save situation, so I'll bring in Norman, the lefty. I don't know how much sabermetrics were used back in the 80s. Sometimes managers didn't give a damn whether it was a righty on lefty or lefty on righty. Some managers didn't care. So here's Russell. Top of the 9th. Dodgers looking for some insurance. Norman, 8-5. Error on a booted ball. Russell, 8-7. That is a ground ball to third. That ball is hit to Brad Mills. His error rating is a 6. That's a 16. He'll pick it up, throw to first. Out number 1. Next up is Smith. Smith is 1 for 4 with a single. Norman deals. 7-2. Strikeout. Got him. He gets Smith. Struck him out. Norman had 58 strikeouts in 80. And now here's Garvey. Garvey is 2 for 4, a single and a double. Norman will pitch. Norman, 6-6. Hit by pitch, +4. Garvey is a 6, which will make him a 10. The 17 is too high. Garvey, 3-5. And against a lefty, that's going to be a double into center field. Garvey hit lefties a little better, and he'll wind up at second base. Garvey has his 3rd hit of the game, his 2nd double of the game, and he'll now bring up Dusty. Baker is 0 for 3, but got hit by a pitch. Norman, he will deal. 8-5, error on a booted ball. Baker, 1-6, and that's going to be a fly ball to center field. That'll be handled by Roland Office, and he'll make the catch, retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? How many complete games did Burt Hooton have that season? Let's find out real quick if I can. Burt Hooton had 4. He had 4 complete games. I know it's a 4-run lead. He had 4 complete games here. 4. Tell you what, I'll roll a die. I'll roll the blue die. If it's a 1-4, he stays in. 5 or higher, he's out. He'll stay in. So Burt Hooton's going to stay in the game and try to go the distance. He is facing the top of the order in Ron LaFleur. And LaFleur is 0 for 3. So Hooton is tired. But he says, I can do it, coach. Hooton will pitch. Hooton, 5-4, strikeout, and got him. Struck him out. Hooton gets his 6K. And LaFleur gets the hat trick. 1 down. And now here's Scott. Scott is 1 for 3 with a triple. Scott will bat. Hooton will deal. Hooton, 2-2, walk. And that is ball 4. He will walk Scott. So Hooton gives up a walk. And that is, believe it, that is his 2nd walk he's given up. And now here's Mills. Mills is 0 for 3. I'll let Hooton pitch until he gives up a run. Infield double play. Strategy rolls are off. Fans here at Olympic Stadium would like to see a hit. Hooton will pitch. 8-7. That's a blank. Mills, 4-2. And that's a ground ball to short. That's a 1. That's not going to be a double play, but that's a grounder to short. So 1 plus 1 is 2. Hooton is 0. So that's a 2. That's faster. That's lower than Scott. The only play they're going to have is the first. So Scott will make it to second. Mills is out, 2 down. We're grounded to short, but they don't turn it. And now the last chance for the Expos is the kid. Carter is 1 for 3. Scott on at second. Hooton trying to get this game done. Fans here at Olympic Stadium would like to see the kid get ahead. Pitch from Burt. 7-7. That's at the park. Olympic Stadium. 6-4. And it's a ground ball right at the plate. That's going to get picked up by Steve Yeager. He's got it. Pumps once. Pumps twice. Throws to first. That's your game. Dodgers will beat the Expos tonight. 5-1. Stadium groans. Nothing across except a walk, as the Dodgers will get a 5-1 victory over the Expos tonight. The Dodgers will go to 31-27. The Expos drop to 31-24. Good night for Burt Hooton. Final line score coming up. For the Dodgers, 5 runs, 13 hits, no errors. For the Expos, 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Pretty close to the actual score. The Dodgers had 8 runs historically. They get 5 here. The Dodgers had 13 hits historically. They got 13 hits in this game. They didn't have any errors. The Expos they did get 1 run, but they only had none. The Expos had 4 hits in this game. They had 6 historically, and they did make an error historically as well. So pretty, I'd say pretty accurate for a ball game. The winning pitcher is Burt Hooton, of course, goes the distance, goes all 9, and Ross Grimsley will take the loss. So a good win here for the Dodgers, and they will take the victory, but we are not done. 10-minute ticker is next. And yes, Burt Hooton went to 2 RBIs, 2 remarkable RBIs, if anything. But he did have RBIs in the season historically. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, powered by FastScore Baseball. So the Dodgers will get a 5-1 victory over the Expos. Let's see how the rest of the majors does tonight. June 14th, Boston and California. Red Sox, 14-31, 4 runs. Angels, 8-23, 2 runs. Boston wins. Minnesota at Cleveland. Twins, 9-35, 4 runs. Indians, 8-32, 3 runs. Twins win. White Sox at Detroit. White Sox, 5-12, that's 0. Tigers, 8-42, 4. They get the win. Royals and the Brewers. Royals, 14-63, that's 8. Brewers, 18-44, that's 6. The Royals will get another win. Yankees and the Athletics. Yankees, 11-34, 4 runs. Athletics, 18-14, 2 runs. Yanks win. Orioles and the Mariners. Orioles, 18-22, that's 3. Mariners, 145, that's also 3, and they're going to extras. Baltimore rolls a 3, -1 is 2. Mariners roll a 6, -1 is 5. Mariners win. Rangers and the Blue Jays. Rangers, 16-31, that's 4. Blue Jays, 21-42, that's 6. Blue Jays win. Braves and the Cubs. Braves, 13-56, 7 runs. Cubs, 4-34, 3 runs. Giants and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Giants, 935, and that's 4. Mets, 926, that's 3. No win for me there. Padres and the Phillies. Padres, minus 314, that is 0. Phillies, 1061, and that's 7. Astros and the Pirates. Astros, 635, 3 runs. Pirates, 623, 2 runs. Another win for the Astros. Reds and the Cardinals. Reds, 1214, it's 2. Cardinals, 926, that's 3. They'll just beat them. On to June 15th, Boston and California. Red Sox, 1346, 6. Angels, 1142, 5. The Red Sox are actually winning some games lately. Twins and the Indians. Twins, 1412, 1. Indians, 946, and that's 5. Royals and the Brewers. D. Scott Howard, the Goat Whisperer, joins us here for some FastScore Baseball. Royals, 855, that's 6. Brewers, 1251, that is also 6. And they're going to extras. Kansas City rolled a 6 plus 1 is 7. Milwaukee rolled a 3 minus 4 is a loss. Royals a win. Yankees at Oakland. That minus 4 really hurts the Brewers when it comes to extra innings. Yankees 1531, and that's 4. Athletics 922, that's 2. Another win for the Yanks. Orioles and the Mariners. Orioles 1255, that's 6. Mariners 222, that's 1. Rangers and the Blue Jays. Rangers 922, 2 runs. Blue Jays 536, that's 3 runs. Bluebirds win. Braves and the Cubs. Braves 1263, and that's 8. Cubs 921, and that is 2. And that's a win for the Braves. Dodgers and the Expos. Dodgers 562, that's 6. Expos 753, that's 5. Dodgers win. Giants and the Mets. Can my Mets get a win? Giants 251, and that's 4. Mets 936, that is also 4, and we at least got extras. Giants roll a 1, plus 1 is 2. Mets roll a 2, minus 1 is 1. And the no happy recap, the Giants will get the win. My Mets suck. Padres and Philadelphia. And there goes the little die all the way somewhere. Bounced off and went someplace. Jeez. Bounced off and went somewhere. Well, was that the black die? That's the black die. We'll use... Screw it. We'll use the black and red. I'll find it later. Let's try again. Padres and the Phillies. Padres, and I'll use black and red. Padres, 842, 4. Phillies, 1023, and that is 3. That's a win for the Padres. Astros and the Pirates. Astros, 831, and that's 3. Pirates, 554, and that's 5. A win for the Razor Jolly Roger. Reds and the Cardinals. Reds, 1463, and that's 8. Cardinals, 1155, that's 6. That game belongs to the Reds. June 16th, California at Baltimore. We have these two tomorrow night. Angels, 852, and that's 5. Orioles, 21-12, and that's only 2. That'll be a win for the Halos. Oakland at Boston. Oakland, 1246, and that is 5. Red Sox, 252, and that will be 4. A win for the A's. White Sox at Cleveland. White Sox 9-15, that's 2. Indians 8-52, and that's 5. Milwaukee at Detroit in a doubleheader. Milwaukee 17-34, and that is 5. Tigers 14-36, that is also 5, and they're going to extras for that one. Brewers roll a 5, -4 is 1. Tigers roll a 1, and -2 is a -1. Believe it or not, the Brewers are going to win that game. Brewers at Detroit for game number 2. Brewers 13-63, and that is 8. Tigers 14-14, and that is 2. And the Brewers win both games. Rangers and the Royals, as Brandon Baker joins us here for some FastScore Baseball. Rangers 12-53, and that's 6. Royals 13-36, that's 4, and the Rangers will win it. Mariners and the Yankees. Mariners 265, and that's 7. Yankees 21-32, and that's 5. The M's will get a win. Minnesota at Toronto. Twins 14-15, and that is 2. Blue Jays 11-35, and that's 4. Blue Jays will win. Astros and the Cubs. Astros 6-26, 3 runs. Cubs 0-65, 6 runs. They'll get that win. Phillies and the Dodgers. Phillies 4-11, that is 0. Dodgers 17-31, and that is 4. Win for the Dodgers. They get a sweep tonight. Reds and the Pirates. Reds 10-32, and that's 3. Pirates 5-43, and that is also 3. And they're going to extras. Both teams roll a 1. Cincinnati a +1. Pittsburgh a 0. That game will belong to the Reds. Mets and the Padres. Can my Mets get a win? Mets 652, and that's 5. Padres 641, and that's 4. And I will get at least one happy recap. Expos and the Giants. Expos 733, and that's 3. Giants 524, that's 2, a win for the Spos. Braves and the Cardinals. I'm getting sick of losing dice. I really am. But this one I do see. And there's a black one. I'll re-roll. Braves 932, that is 3. Cardinals 913, and that is 1. And that will be a win for the Braves. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow we will be at Memorial Stadium. The California Angels taking on the Baltimore Orioles. Dave Frost for the Angels, Steve Stone for the Orioles. Be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so. And make sure you hit the darn bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. The Dodgers go north of the border and pretty much lock up the Expos. The Dodgers will get the wins tonight, 5-1. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.